We are live. We are live on the DMI show again. So hi everyone. How you guys doing today? How is your week going? So I believe you guys you guys are also preparing for holiday, December holiday, right? So this is the time for you to rest, all the hard work. This is the time for you to chill. Don't just stay inside, go out and chill. Including my oga on the show today. So we are on DMI show again, and welcome. If this is your first time of joining this show, DMI show, it's a weekly show for business owners, marketers, and digital marketing professionals, you know, who are seeking to know what is working and what is not working in digital marketing, right? And live with me is Felix Akinebi. This is the second time Felix will be coming on the show. Thank you very much for accepting my invitation. Always, Felix. We really appreciate your time. So, and as usual, this is your host. My name is Abib, and this particular, I mean, webinar is being sponsored by DMI Digital Marketing Agency. And today we're going to be looking at a very critical topic. So, all the SEO guys in the house, I believe, try to stay to the end. I mean, Felix is one of the guys I respected so much regarding SEO. I follow his work on LinkedIn, and it's another level of conversation with Felix.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we're gonna be looking at Google algorithm ranking factor. What matters right now in 2024, right? So
Okay.
3 months ago or 4 months ago, we had a lot of Google updates, right? Ranging from core updates, content info updates, links, link spam update, right? All those updates, right? It came like buzz boost. So many of the SEO work or SEO professional, they are actually thrown away. They don't know where they are right now. Some people have not recovered yet, right? Because of all those updates. And that is why I felt like, oh, we have to, you know, call in the experts, let them come and share light to us. Is this how we continue 2024? What should we specifically look into, right, to do better? Or what should we, actually dot off? So quickly, I'm going to be, I would direct my question to Felix. Felix, please, could you please introduce yourself to our audience? And couple with that, your story, how you come into SEO at your
Okay.
as your profession. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Thanks, Habib. So for those that are, just seeing me for the first time on the show, obviously, my name is Felix Akunibi. That's clear already. I'm an SEO specialist for more than 5 years now, and I joined, of course, through digital marketing. I began with digital marketing before, now they're narrowing into SEO basically. So yeah, so my journey started when I finished like my NYSC then and stuff like that before I entered digital marketing. And from then till now, I've been with different businesses, different clients and companies. I've worked on the agency side, on the client side also. I've worked with niches from lifestyle content, fintech. I've worked with from payments, insurance, lifestyle, basically different niches around that. Yeah, and I've been able to have like good results for my clients so far. And of course, besides that, I really like technical SEO. There are different parts of SEO. There's on page, off page technical SEO. I really like that, maybe because it's more challenging and there's a lot you get to learn by digging into websites. I like that also. And of course, I also have like an SEO discussion group for new SEOs and people that are just trying to get their feet in SEO for the first time. I also have that as like a mentorship group for them. Yeah, in summary, that's it. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, perfect. That's a very good introduction. So let's get into it, Felix. So as I have rightly said, we've had a lot of changes to algorithm. You know, SEO, how we do SEO 2020, 2021. It's not how SEO is right now. Like
Mhm.
there are is this kind of marketers or SEO experts that still, stick. You are not updating your repository of SEO knowledge. You are following the same thing. I believe you should have been seeing the results in your Google console, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
should have been seeing how your ranking are dropping every now and then, right? So Felix, to start with, I want you to provide an overview of the recent algorithm change and their impact on search ranking.
Okay.
Just an
So
overview.
okay, yeah. So for this year alone, as you rightly said, we've had about 9 to 10 different updates, but there are about four core updates basically. One was I think in March, April. We had one in August, and we have one in November. I think there was one in November recently. But there was even two in November that eventually rolled out, finished in this December. Yeah, so we've had like different core updates like that. Some of course were like spam updates to curb things around spammy content and stuff like that. Some were around okay, so there was the helpful content update. And that one was like very popular then. With the advent of AI and AI tools and everything, Google has now seen it as key to really stand up and clamp down on content that are just that are, just copied from AI tool and try to rank with that. Right? There's a lot of content people can create like 10, even 50 articles in a day and publish them because AI has made it easy. So that update came as a result to just clamp down on that and ensure that only helpful content, that are actually helpful to the user, to the searcher, shows up on search. And there was also the last reviews update. I think that was the last one. Like that was mostly on product reviews and stuff like that, ensuring that, for example, if you're an e-commerce site and stuff like that, you actually have legit reviews, not like you just conjure up reviews for your site, your affiliate site or your product
Mm.
and stuff like that. Yes. So like that's like I would say the main rundown of what these updates have been over time from beginning of the year. Just to make basically help Google to rank the right pages in search and to ensure they are still the best place to get quality results for whatever people are searching for.
Hmm. Brilliant. So what Felix has just tried to summarize right there, right, is what people are still struggling with, and they are going to continue. Most of the people still going to carry that to 2024, trying to get back into where they were before, right? So Felix,
Mm.
uh, so I want you to share more light to there are a lot of changes, right? And these changes are not something that is hidden. Google take their time to explain this, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, they try to have a documentation where they explain what you should do and what you should not do, right? But a lot of
Mm.
people, because SEO takes time, and we lost patience in ensuring that our article actually rank how it's supposed to rank, right? Organically, or how, according to Google policy and all of that. But marketers lost patience because there are a lot of pressure from the business owner, the people that hire them for them to get results. And that's why they do things out of what is actually in documentation. So I want you to
Mm.
share more light to currently among the new things that or what Google has updated, what are those things that is receiving most of the attention from the
Mm.
Google to to keep to ensure that your page, your company page
Your page.
is ranking higher on Google. What is that thing
Yeah,
that
yeah. That
is getting the most attention?
okay. So that's very clear. So okay, I think one thing I'll first like make our viewers know is that, I mean, don't be bogged down really. Like say you're practicing SEO, you're practicing SEO, or you're just entering. Don't be bogged down or don't be afraid by okay, Google has released another update. Oh, what's wrong? This is a problem. Then start running out skelter on what to does it affect myself? Like don't always let that be how you do SEO, right? There are foundations in SEO, right? So I'm just ensure that you get the foundations right. You do the right things you need to do, and most times you don't even need to worry about it. I mean, there's been about like four copies that I said like this year.
Felix,
Now, yeah,
Felix, your voice is breaking. Is it my network or your network?
okay.
Can you hear me
Yeah,
clearly?
maybe it's my network. Can you hear me? I can hear you clearly, but can you hear me?
Uh, it's breaking. It's breaking. Your voice is breaking.
Uh oh my god, maybe it's my network. Oh.
I
But
see.
you're actually clear on this side. I can hear you. I don't know. I don't know.
Mm.
Is it? Please try to confirm if it's better a bit.
Okay, can you speak?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we are hearing you. Just that it's breaking.
Uh, okay. Please give me a second. Let me log in and right back. Or just give me a second.
Okay, sure, sure, sure. So we are very sorry. Felix is going to be joining us very soon. Uh, so sorry for that.
Can you confirm you can hear me clearly now? Or it's still
I can
breaking?
hear you. It's still breaking though, but I can hear you.
Okay. So can we manage it? Do you think you can manage? Because I can hear you clearly from here, right? So
Okay.
it may actually be your network because your voice is pretty much clear. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. You can continue then.
Okay, good. So my point is just like first of all to take one thing out of the way, right? Don't always let the fear of a new update has come out, then I'm afraid what's going wrong and stuff like that. That's not how I do SEO. Like for the websites I've worked with, right? There has not been any like sharp decline on any website I work because because I ensure to do the right things for their website. So even when there's an update that comes up, I check this okay, this is what Google has done, and this is like the new things I need to do regarding that for my website. So to put that by the side, right? There are still some things that work till date, right? Whether they change and update, they remove this one, they add this one, they just release this one. There are still something that are, they are pretty much standard, and which I think there's just no way to share maybe a chart and I mean a chart chart in the chat. So maybe you will have followed what I'm trying to say, but
Do you want
I
to
will
share your
just
screen? Do you want to share your screen?
uh it's from your website. It's a chat. Okay, let me just share my screen. Okay.
Okay.
Mm,
Okay, thank you very much, Deborah, for confirming that. Thank you very much.
okay, I'm coming, please. So because there are some tabs I think would also help us. Uh, okay, let me share my screen now. So can you see my screen, Abib? Please confirm you can see this chat.
Yes, I can see it.
You can see the chat, right? Can we proceed? I want to ensure you're hearing me. Can we proceed?
Not yet.
Okay, I'm sharing.
Not
Like a
yet. I cannot see I can't see the chat.
okay.
Can anyone see the chat?
Can anyone see it? Can anyone see it? If you can see my screen, you can see the chat. So can you see my screen and the chat? Okay. This might actually be your network or a bit. Can you confirm you can see my screen now?
Hi, Felix.
Yes. Can you confirm you can see my screen? I'm resharing. Can you even hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay, okay. Please, did I hear you? I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me too?
Yes, I can hear you. So can you see my
Okay.
screen now? I'm just sharing my screen. Can you see my screen? Can you see the page now?
Yes. Yes, exactly.
You can
It's
see the
live.
chat now. Yeah. Okay, okay.
Exactly. Mm.
I had to like stop sharing then
Okay.
reshare again. Okay, yeah. So I think this would summarize right what I think still works. Of course, not just because I saw it on this resource, but of course based on my experience also on things I know will still be relevant even in 2024, right? So this page was still updated. I think this fourth quarter or thereabout of this year, so it's still pretty much relevant. So the first thing I would say really makes sense in this end is a consistent publication of high quality content, right? So we see Google come up with the update, as I said, in September, the September helpful content update around making sure that people churn out, the right and relevant content for people, not just anyhow content, but content that is high quality, right? That was like one major thing. And of course there's also like some guides on Google's developer docs that lets you like ask yourself questions, right? Maybe I can also share that link. Wait, would people see this chat? Uh,
We
Abib,
can
would people
see
see,
your screen live
like if
from
I
my
put it in
end.
the chat, if I put it in the chat in the studio, would
Yeah,
people see
sure,
that?
sure. Put it in the
Okay,
comments. I'll put that on the screen.
okay. So that link I just shared now basically just helps you work around like your content, right? Helps you, as I said, you self-assess your content to ensure you're putting out helpful, people first content, basically
Mm.
reliable content. So there are questions here around quality that you ask yourself vis-a-vis the content you're creating, if it is helpful, does it provide original information and stuff like that. There are a lot of lists here to go around there. Then there are questions around, you ask for expertise, if you're really the right authority to create that content anyway. Then does the content focus on people, you know does that content help users, right? Or maybe it's just you trying to create content for search engines. You're just stuffing keyword here, you're adding this one just for search engines to think that you're actually valuable, but maybe you're not. So you need to look, okay, are you actually answering people's query? Are you actually helping them? So there are a lot of questions here. I can't go through them one by one. It will just be a waste of time. But yeah, that link basically helps you, like guides you for any content you're creating. Uh, on what you need to check. You might not always check everything from 1 to 50 or wherever it is, but at least if you can check and tick most of the things here, you are in the good light of Google. So that's regarding content. Do you want to say something else before I proceed? Uh,
Yeah. So, you've talked about the content, right? And since the inception, like what when we've been doing when we started SEO back then, 2015, like we've been
mm,
saying content is king, and all of that. And I could see that with what you are saying, it means that content is still king,
yeah.
right? But there is a different dimension to which content is being done, right? Some people
Mm,
write from the uh, place of they use AI, to write content, which is actually very common these days. But I believe that I strongly believe AI could not write from the point of experience. And one of the things I've learned is that Google wants to rank an article that it is written based on experience. Could you speak
mm.
into that? What does that
Okay,
mean?
yeah.
What's
Yeah.
your personal approach towards that?
Okay, yeah. So there used to be it, like something called it. That's expertise, authority, and trust. That's like one of the signals, that Google uses to check. But of recent, I think this year, they added another E, which is that experience you just mentioned, right? So
Mm,
when creating content, or maybe one of the things Google sees as like key or key signal of, okay, if this is really quality, it's not just because, okay, you have a lot of topical authority on the particular topic or niche, but does that content also come from a first person experience? So let me give an example. For example, say you're a travel blog, right? There are many travel blogs out there, and some just create content only. They only create content. They go, for example, maybe things to do in this place, things to do in that place. Like they have a lot of content on that. If you search for things to do in Thailand, in China, in America, like they have different pages. They have it there. They just create content from different places. They have listicles on there, but they themselves, the writer or the owner of the page, might not actually have gone to those pages, to each of those places, to be able to write about them, right? Maybe they just gave writers to just create from the internet. But what Google is saying is, okay, are you writing this content from first person experience? So for example, say you visited this place at what's the name of this wonder of the world at Greece, or
mhm.
is it or whatever? Yeah, say you visit that museum, or that I forgot what they call it, right? And you want to write something about it, right? So Google rewards you if it comes from your own experience on what you saw, how maybe you touched a particular stone or a sculpture, how it felt in your hand, the things you saw in real time, like people that took pictures, or maybe some raw pictures, not pictures that look like they are edited or you took them to the studio, like raw pictures, or even videos, maybe even say you have a YouTube channel, right? And you also link to your video that you created from that. So Google is trying to reward, the experiences that come from that. Well, and let's be honest, right? We users or people that are searching actually want experiences like that. They want content like that. Because that's even more trustworthy. I mean, you want to hear from someone that's gone to a particular place, and actually trust what they said, than maybe one content writer that someone is paying on a monthly budget, that just picks content from here from different and does not even know at times if they are still updated or not, if they're even correct or not. But the content writer's one is just to pull content and just write on the blog and publish. People who actually want to hear from someone that's gone there and done that than just a random article on the internet. So that's the thing about the experience on what Google is trying to also change regarding content that goes off on search.
Hmm, amazing. So, what I heard you saying is that experience, writing from a piece of experience, is still very, very relevant moving forward. It's going to help us now, and even as we are going to 2024. Thank you very much for sharing to that. Felix, I want you to speak to user experience, right?
Mm.
Having a very great content, and against a user experience that is not as great, right, could maximize or reduce the potential at which your content could actually rank. So
Mm.
with the rollout of with all this ranking factor and all that Google have been releasing, what has changed in user experience in terms of speed, right? Mobile friendliness, dwell time. What has really changed in all this, or is it are they as they are before? I want you to share
Okay.
more light to our
Okay.
audience.
Okay. So I think maybe I talked about user experience, right, in our last discussion, if I'm
Sure,
correct.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, okay, good. So okay, for say considering page speed and stuff like that, there's nothing that has changed, right? Like Google still rewards if your website like works fast, work where people click something, it works for them, they get to a page, they see what they want in the right time and stuff like that. That is still being rewarded. So nothing has changed regarding that. I think one way you can sabotage like your work, your effort with content, if you create the content and the page you're hosting the content is not accessible, like one way or the other, or your content design is just trash. Like for example, people get to a page and they're seeing so many like ads on the page. I mean, they'll have to scroll before they see the actual content, or maybe they get. And for example, you see this on all these news website or all these like blogs and stuff like that. Like you get to a page, but you see ads. You first see an ad, you see the title, you see an ad again, you have to like scroll at it like twice before you actually see the content or the articles on that page. Like that's some bad user experience. Fine, if you want to pour out on your site, you can put it maybe by the right hand side where it doesn't stop the user from reading in a clear view what they want to see, or just put it somewhere very small, or inconspicuous, somewhere that it won't actually block what the reader want to learn on your page, right? So there's a way you can design your content, or for instance, maybe even write a great article. It's great. It's actually helpful, but it's just a block of text, like just big blocks of text, right? You have like maybe 2,000 words of solid stuff, but it's just all text. You don't even think to add, okay, let me add video here, let me add a chart here, let me add a map here. I mean, I'm just saying, let me add an infographic here, or maybe an image here that will help people to to learn this better, or to be able to digest the resource better. And if people get to that page, though your resource might be great, but they see like so many words, it might just bore them. And even if you don't even have like like headings that will even separate them, to help people to even scan them. If you have like for 2,000 words, if you have like just three headings only, it will be hard for someone to even skim through, and that might just make them to go back, because that experience is not friendly to them. Though your content is great, but the experience they are getting on your page does not want them to actually even get that. And one other point is that to always ensure you answer users' query as fast as possible. So there
Mhm.
are some queries that people just want to get the answer as soon as possible.
Possible.
If someone is saying that maybe what kind of quiz? Maybe why something is something, or how something, some quiz that have something like that. They want to get to the page and see the steps on how something is something, or why it is. Not like you trying to first write the history of something in like 200 was writing about the history of this one, overview of this one, advantage of this one, before you go into the why and how. I mean, that's already long. So you want to ensure to move to the top as quickly as possible, answer the person's query as quickly as possible, so they get that, and they might now still relax, and calm down and go through all your content. So yeah, it's good to have great content, helpful content, but the way your content is designed, also the way your pages are, if they load fast and all that, also helps in that experience of that content. Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. Um, so, Felix, still on content, right?
Okay.
I've seen some popular websites, right? All these Google website on Google News, and I was wondering, like, this morning I was trying to read something pop up on Google News on my Chrome, and I was trying to read it. The headline catch my attention, but what I noticed is that I click on it, and I could not even go through. I could not even be able to see the content because of a lot of things. I had something that just scrolling in, and I was wondering, how does this website get into Google News? How they get on Google News? Because I know for you to
Mm,
get on Google News, it's a lot of criteria. It's a lot of good work. It's a lot of people have a lot of work you have done before your website is listed by Google News or accepted
mm,
into Google News. Could you speak into that? What exactly is happening for such a website?
Okay. So I mean, from what I know about Google News, right? Of course, if you're not a website that that churns out content regularly, like fresh, like trending content like regularly, you don't get to be on that, because that's the point of news anyway. So maybe what I would say is that why you see that kind of website, of course, maybe they might have bad user experience as you enter. This because maybe perhaps
Mhm.
at that particular time they are the ones with the maybe the most trending topic, or maybe they are the ones that first jumped on that trending content at that particular time, right? And for
Mm.
example, you were also searching from Nigeria, right? Like from your location. So maybe for example in Nigeria or Lagos as a whole, like maybe they are one of the top websites that first talked about your topics. And well, of course, from things Google check to show results to users, they take into cognizance like that context, right? There are different things Google looks at from the query, right? So take into cognizance like the context of wherever is searching or wherever the person is searching from, right? If you're in Nigeria and you search, I mean, for example, football, there's a certain things you see than so maybe in the UK that searches for football. There's a way your SERP, I mean yourself will be different from that particular person, right? So I would say find their user experience. Well, of course, I mean their pages I've even checked myself on Google. Maybe I just checked something randomly, and the pages that are rank can be like, wait, why is this website even number one? Like with the way they are, maybe it might be that maybe the site is not even secure. Say like is having HTTP, is not
Mhm.
secure. The page just has a lot of like so many content that doesn't really help me, in a way that I thought it would help me, that will satisfy my intent. So there are times like that. Number one, Google is not so perfect yet. They are really improving. Of course, they are so much improving, making improvements to their systems and all that. But still, that's why they even have human raters, right? Human quality raters to even like still sense check some results in search and stuff like that. So they are making improvements. That's number one. Then it also depends on the context of that page. Then also the authority of that site also, right? I mean, because I talked about some digital publications that we see here and there that we post on. We see that their user experience, their pages are not really good visual wise, right? Even if someone wants to write an article, they will have used ad to break the page into so many sections and so on. But still we see those pages having high page authority, right? They have high page authority. So and Google will still keep putting them in front because okay, fine, they have high domain authority, they publish I mean imagine content that comes up on news every time. And remember the chart I just shared now, there's a consistent publication of content there. So there's that consistency factor that also helps some site because they are consistent with churning out content. It also helps them to look at this website mostly has fresh things to offer, and that might also be a way, to give like a signal to Google. Okay, let them rank this first. I mean, there's also a new content and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So let's move a little bit forward. I will still come back to content anyway, because I
That-
think there's a lot of things to discuss. So recently I noticed the introduction of Search Lab on some Chrome browser. Search Lab. I don't know if you noticed that,
okay.
right?
Search lab. How do you mean?
Yes. Okay. Uh, Search. Okay. Um, Let me try
Maybe
to.
just give an example
Okay, Search
on
Lab is just on the. I think it's in the your Chrome browser. You will see setting, where you can pick all the services, where you select Google Sheet and all of that, Gmail, like when you just enter your Chrome. Then there's another thing that Google has just added now, and it's called Search Lab. I don't know if you had noticed
okay.
that before.
No, no, I'm actually just checking. So that's related to this search generative experience, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, okay.
So the question I
So
want
what?
to ask is that
Mhm.
when you enable Search Lab on your on your Chrome browser, you got to
Mhm.
see that. I don't know if it's a next level of feature snippets, but
Okay.
it's AI working right there on the Search Lab.
Oh, okay, okay,
Unlike you have on normal Google Chrome where you search and the first thing you will see based on what you search anyway, the best thing you see is Google feature snippet, right? But now what you see at that position zero is that generative AI content.
Mm.
And when you click on see more, you got to see some sites where those contents are, where they are extracted from.
They have gotten from, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I want you to speak into that. Is it that feature snippet is dead, or there's a new level of feature snippets? And if there's a new level of feature snippet, what are those things? What are key things that our audience can do to ensure that their content is being shown on the set on that very position as well?
Okay, okay. So I think from what I like know already about search generative experience, right?
Mm.
There are some clients that's already what they are doing, right? So in fact, I'm even surprised that they're giving us an option here to maybe to check it, right? Like to I
Yeah.
mean enable
Mm-hmm.
it where you see like my normal Google search has been the standard one where you see feature snippet and stuff like that. So maybe they're basically like they're giving people the option, right, to see how that experience is and see okay if they want to go with that or go with the standard one. It doesn't mean that one is better than the other. It just means okay, one is just generated by AI for you, and you don't need to actually click into any content if you can get your answer as quickly as possible. So yeah, I mean for that, right? So this has been my stance on that search generative
Mm-hmm.
experience, right? There are still some certain keywords that I don't think I want, to hear from AI to trust it, right? I mean, there's a demo I think I saw on Google, maybe one of their videos, right there. So they typed something, they said, and we can see you can see Google badge, right? Writing that okay. I mean, you can maybe things to do somewhere, or where to travel or whatever. You can see it writing for you and stuff like that. Fine. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
those that can work for things like that. But if we're trying to maybe check, I don't know, some updates regarding the stock market or some things that are more maybe your money or your life content, something like that. Maybe something around health wise. I mean, you actually want to go to websites that you trust, right? If you're trying to check something regarding health now, you're trying to go to websites that you already trust. That okay, they churn out great content. I recognize them as as world leaders or like renowned doctors in this website, and go to their website particularly and get what you want to get, even if that SG brings in some things from AI and put it, like you still want to scroll and pick that you get. So I think
Mm.
that might work for some quick results, maybe things that don't really need. I mean, it's not really that deep, right? So for queries that are not really that deep, fine. I mean, you can be contented with what that will turn out for. But I think it will still not erase out, people actually going down to click into content that actually matter to them. That they don't just trust, AI to just bring that. And the fact is also that those results that you are seeing there, are still being put all over the internet. Like, as you said, you can see them linked from maybe about 4 or 5 websites. They're still picking them
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
blogs. So, okay, well, maybe one question to ask yourself is that what's the authority of those blogs where AI, where Google Bard is pulling out those content? Is it still
From.
the same websites that we are all trying to rank that are picking from or are this website like government websites or high domain authority websites? So you need to also know
Mm.
can this website be trusted? Or is even that maybe people that used AI to write content is the same AI that is still pulling the same AI content from them. So we are just regurgitating the same content altogether. So I would say it's fine. It gives you maybe like an overview, but also I've heard complaints from some of my mentors on LinkedIn and stuff like that, like some foreign guys. Like even that experience can be slow at times, right? You put something, it looks like it's loading,
Yeah, exactly.
maybe 5-10 seconds before it
Exactly.
brings up. That in itself is something you don't see in the standard result. If you type something in Google, you expect it like mostly within 2 seconds. Like Mark, if you have good internet, it'll have churned out list of results for you and you're good. Right. But this one sometimes that factor is there, that slow loading is there. And sometimes the fact that you still see links to other pages, it doesn't really like strike me as something so unique really for
Mm.
now, right? So yeah,
Mm.
that's just like I'll say my overall experience. I mean, my overall view is about SG for now, though.
Okay, you've heard from Felix. So we follow what the expert says. So because you are the one that know what's you can predict what's coming and the future of what the new thing that's actually available. So now, Felix, let's round up with content. Let's speak to the
Okay.
AI generated content. Google keep evolving in AI, but they are discouraging AI content in the search engines. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What can you say? What's your approach towards using AI to write? Right? Well, the normal thing I still hear people is just that use AI to write, but edit it, make it human, make it like I want you to share from your experience. I want to what exactly do you do with
Okay, okay,
your article? Yeah.
okay. So it's not like Google is frowning against AI content, right? I mean, I think they said it's one of their docs. I can't find a link now, but they've said it right. Like you can write with AI, like that. But the thing is just that, as you said, the things that you read people say, they are still these things. Even they themselves said it. You can't just, for example, go into ChatGPT or Google Bard now and okay, write me an article of 1,000 words on this topic and just copy everything that I produced for you and just put like that. That would be like very lazy and bad, like for someone to do, right? So fine, you can use I mean all these AI tools to even generate ideas or to generate like how to structure your article and how to do this and that, or maybe just form some paragraphs for you. But the final content that you put out must be something that must be human reviewed. I think that's just what Google is trying to tell us. You can use just AI tools to generate something faster. Like of course you can generate more than content writers will pull out at once and stuff like that, but let
Mhm,
your final content be something human review that even you will read it and know, okay, this actually speaks to this question, this query, like has this intention, to
mm,
answer this keyword. Don't just churn out content, don't just copy and paste. So I think that's particular that Google is frowning on. So I mean, we're saying that Google, they are the same. I mean, they are using AI to generate content for us instead, but they are still clamping down on that. They are not clamping down on those that do copy and paste, but I mean, they are clamping down on those that do copy and paste, not those that actually like sit down to edit well and review their content. So of course, if you have a personal review, yeah, of course, I use AI to, I mean, sometimes to help me, right, with
mhm.
structuring articles and so like that. That's pretty much. We can't say there's a tool and we still be using the manual way. But that doesn't take out the essence of content writers, right? That's still really key, right? But there are times I actually use it and ensure I edit, like I edit and also add more things that the article, I mean, that AI does not add for me. So we are not, that's where from expertise comes in, right?
Mm.
There are things I have to see in my article, right? So say I want to write about maybe maybe like the best headphones, for example, in 2023, something like that. Like there are things I want to see in that article. If I'm writing about best headphones, maybe I'm writing about, okay, I mean, their pricing, their reviews, where you can find them, or maybe some frequently asked questions on them, which you might not necessarily see with these tools. So if that tool turns out something for you and you edited it, then you also go to search and see what works. Check the first 1 to 5 top pages, see what they have in their own, and try to incorporate that into your own content too. So don't just edit what AI did for you alone. You can edit and make sure it's good, but you also add your own unique research to that, and that will also help you in search. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. So, what's from your what tool will you recommend to our audience exactly between the
To
so
write
popular
content.
one, yes, the ChatGPT and BARD, and if there's another one that you actually use, right? You could share that with
Okay.
with our audience.
Okay. So there's the
Couple with that, I want you to share what other thing do you use AI for regarding SEO beside writing? Yeah.
oh, okay. So there's one I used recently, which that's wait, let me find the name again. I think that's any word, that's the name. Any word. like yeah, anywhere.com. That was like one I used recently to journal down. It's really good, right? It's really the articles like felt very human, right? So I'm with little
Mm.
editing, right? So that's like I would say one I used recently. Then of course for the past few weeks I started like using Google Bard also. Like generally I used ChatGPT before, but I just okay, let me look into Google Bard and see some of the things. So yeah, I use Google Bard also. Then ChatGPT obviously, and I think it will help you more if you're on the paid version, something like that. So that will also like help. So I would say the ones I've used. Then there was one I was using last year before the this rave or what do they call it of ChatGPT. That was copy.ai. Did I get it right? Yeah, copy.
Copy AI.
Yes, copy AI. Yeah,
Mm.
I remember using that also before ChatGPT and stuff like that. But generally, I would say
ChatGPT ChatGPT came and they dominate
yeah,
that
I
too.
got swallowed. Yeah, that's all that. So
It's
So I would say
crazy.
try this any word first. Try any word first, and if you're already using ChatGPT and Google Bard, you already know the experience for that. So yeah, that's that. Then regarding what I also use to do, okay. So besides beside content, okay. There are times I think I also use it to maybe get like list of something like quickly. So I'm trying to do like maybe for example, there are different lists I've created, but maybe list like I'm trying to get a long list of something. The time
Okay.
that I mean, you find a list in Google, it show you like a listicle, right, like an article, right, and show you
Mhm.
maybe this like it will be hard to copy from all those like sites on Google. But if you tell ChatGPT, okay, or like let me find maybe 20 of this thing, then make sure it's just the list. Like don't explain. You have to tell ChatGPT in the prompt like don't explain, just give me the list, so it gives you that list and like that. Then also for tables also, if I just want to find differences in tables, I just okay, like what's the difference between this and this, and make it a table format like briefly. Don't let each row be more than maybe one sentence. You have to be very specific for ChatGPT at times so that you get the right, I mean, the specific things you want. So yeah, I use it for quick tables, like for differences and stuff like that. But one thing I don't use ChatGPT for is for keyword research or things around that. No, I don't. I don't try to tell ChatGPT that okay, what kind of keywords do you think I can? I mean, like I can rank for something. No, I don't do that. But one
Mm.
thing I use it for is to get keyword entities. So, for example, say I'm trying to work on a website that they talk about. Maybe they do what's the name now? Maybe they do a solar, right? The niche is solar. Is a solar industry. I'm trying to okay, so okay. I'm just getting into solar niche. I don't know what are the topics I think I can write for around solar. What pages can I create? So I can now go into this AI tools and ask, okay, for a brand, right? That is into solar products, solar this and that. What are like the keyword entities around solar that the brand can create? Can create its pages around, its content around. So those are the things I now ask ChatGPT, right? Like tell me what are like some keyword entities that relate to to solar as a niche, right? So and you see that it might bring up maybe things around um what was that? Maybe things around solar energy, things around solar panels, things around like what do they call it? Renewable energy, stuff like that. Things that relate to that solar. And then from there, I can now draw it out. Okay, if we bring some solar panel now, for instance, then I now know okay, so I can now go into all those tools that talk about solar. I mean, I can go into my main SEO tools, my keyword research tools, then find out like content or topics or keywords that people search for around that solar panel, right? And see, okay, what are now the right content I can create regarding those solar panels that work within the target audience that I'm working for, basically. So that's I would say one other way I use ChatGPT for that. Um, can Abib hear me? You're on mute, Abib.
Oh,
So
right.
did you catch all that? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Thank you very much for sharing to that. And I think if you're on this show, I believe that you've got what Felix is saying right? Use any word, try it out. This is the first time I'm hearing about it anyway. So I have to be on it and try it out. And you have to, continue using AI, right? But right, always do the editing as Felix has
Yeah,
rightly said.
yeah. Please, if you don't want to get manual action from
So Felix, when you share the chart on the in the introduction, right?
mm,
After the content, I could see another another chart that is actually big in that chart is
okay.
link, right?
Mm.
Am I correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Backlink.
Let me check again. Yes. No, no, no.
Okay.
The next okay, yeah, the next one is keywords
Okay,
in
keywords.
your meta title tags. Basically, let me just quickly share in case
Okay.
someone wants to take screenshot or something like that. So can you see that?
Yes, exactly. Can do.
So the next thing here was keyword in your meta title. Well, this is key obviously, and besides creating content consistently and of high quality, you also need to want to have the right keywords on your page, right? Like, because these are one of the signals, I would say, or the factors or the piece of information that Google uses to pick content from their index. If I search for example, maybe best card games for a weekend, for a weekend party, something like that. Best card games, right? So those keywords are things that Google looks at to pick like the right content from their index. So they look into card games, the content that contain card games, and things that are going to be around weekend, around party, fun things like that. And those are the things they use to know, okay, what pages should they for show up for. So you need to, to always make sure that you're writing for the with the right keywords in your content. There's one thing I used to say that try ranking for something you never mentioned on your website. Like it's just
Hmm.
not possible that you can't rank for something that you never mention at all.
Mention. Hmm.
Yeah, so that's, I would say, is key. You doing the right keyword research to ensure you're actually targeting keywords that matter to your brand also. Yeah.
Hmm.
So that will be the
O-
second thing.
o-
Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, I think I supposed to. I was talking about the third one anyway. So
yeah.
linking is still
You can
among
see
the
that.
top three.
Yeah,
Backlink is
yeah.
still among the top three. So backlink is actually evolving, right? And the way we cannot actually, you know, pick out or sort out content in terms of search ranking, right, for pages. The same way we
Mm,
cannot actually pick out backlinks,
mm.
right, from as a factor to determine search ranking, right? So my question is, um, how does Google actually differentiate between quality and quantity of backlinks, right? And what has really changed in regarding backlinks with the all the I think there was a recent backlinks update as well. What has really changed in it, and
Mm.
what should we do better? What is the best practice moving forward?
Okay, so thanks, Abby, for that question. So from my experience, right? Fine, this chart might show backlinks to be still one of the top three and stuff like that. It's still one of the top things, but for me, I don't really consider it to be one of the top three, like in
Hmm.
my experience. So maybe it's still of course, one of the top things that you should have for your website. But yeah, so let's put that aside. So I would say, yeah, you should still get backlinks. They are still very important. And one of the ways that Google considers, okay, this as a quality backlink is, okay, where are you getting the backlink from, right? Where are you getting the backlink from? The relevance of where you're getting it from. If, for example, you are a website about cars, about automobiles, basically, and you're getting a link from a makeup website, like website that talks about fashion, makeup, everything. Maybe they just linked something around cars, and you're getting a backlink from them. That does not speak, to fine. That's a backlink. They linked to you anyway, anyhow that might be, but that's not a relevant backlink. Like that's not as quality as if, for example, you got a backlink from a top auto website, like maybe like a car review website, right? Maybe people that talk about cars and everything, they review, um, you know, car types, car sale, like auto deals and stuff like that, and you get a link from them that refers to that's like more quality, more relevant to that. So that's number one. Then also the kind of anchor text that the website is used to link to you, that also matters. So if someone is linking to you with I don't know, maybe like click here or view more, things that are very generic,
Mm.
that does not help Google to associate where the link is coming from, the text around where the link is coming from to what the page does, right? So, but if that link, wherever you're getting it, talks about maybe best Toyota cars or best Honda cars, or you can find maybe like find best Honda cars here, or find best Mercedes cars in 2023 here, something like that. So maybe you can then you put all that in the anchor text, not the year. In fact, you might not even add the year, but maybe best 2023 cars, and that's what you link. So it links that, okay, this is the content around the anchor text, and this is where the page is linking to. There's some there's some relevance, some alignments in that. So that's also a key. Then also the domain authority of where you're getting links from, right? It's even, if I can even argue that it's more quality, right? To get if you have a link, for example, okay, I'm talking about cars now. If there's an auto review website that has a domain authority of 50, and you're getting a link from that to your own site, it's more relevant in my opinion. In fact, more quality than if you're getting a link from maybe Forbes or CNN. I got this big
Mm.
website. They might have like DR of 70 or 80, and you're linking that. That does not speak quality to me already. You can find it's good though. You got like a high domain rating website from that, like a good backlink from all those some of them. I mean, from all those top sites. That's good. But I feel it's better for your website if you get more quality, even if they're around 50% or so, that to get, because they are more quality to your brand. They can vouch, like, because the point of links is that these websites are vouching for your site as a good resource in this niche, a good place to do this and so that. So, and if that vouching is coming from websites that are actually relevant to you, that speaks to more quality to your backlink than just any website. But anyway, it's still better if you don't have all that to still get from high domain authority sites than maybe website that are, domain authority of 10, 20, or they are not even relevant to your brand at all. So yeah, links still work. And also we speak about third party links. Let's not also forget internal links also. That also matters to your content. Don't just be fixated on you getting links from outside. That's key. You should do that. But also ensure even within your website, you have pages that you already have that link to where you want the links to go to. So for example, if you have maybe like a pillar page, or like a menu page on your website that talks about, okay, I was referring to Toyota cars. Maybe, okay, your website is about cars. You have a landing page about Toyota cars, new ones, 2023 model, 2022 model, 2021. It's all there. I- it will be good if you have like resources on your website, maybe from your blog or from other resources or from other pages that link to that your main page, by maybe they link to them with 2022 Toyota cars, 2020 Toyota cars, new Toyota model cars, different anchor text you can use. But sure that there are other links on your website that links to that page. You get that, that can also vouch for that page as being the best page to find anything on Toyota, right? So it's good to also look into that internal links. I mean, I've ranked websites. In fact, I would say categorically, right, for the content I rank recently. Like, it's not content that maybe I had to go and get links from outside. I make sure, okay, the content is great. They are according to the right keyword research that I've done. Those content are popular, and I ensure to have good internal links to them. Maybe about or 3, 5, 7, whatever. But internal links
Mm.
go to them from existing resources on the website that are linked to them from within the content of that article, and that's it. There are some, in fact, some links that eventually come externally are links that come naturally based on the fact that that content is ranking. Then some people now link to, not like I went to them that, okay, please link to this content for it to rank. So there's something good about you, as you said, right? You creating good content, that's key, that's fine. You making sure it's high quality, ensuring that you do your good keyword research and you're having the right keywords in your content. Then ensuring internal linking is also great for it. And of course, you can also do backlinks for your pages. Yeah, you definitely see results if you do things the right way. Anyway, yeah.
So Felix, some people got overwhelmed in terms of, especially when they are starting out, in terms of internal linking, right? They see a very good anchor that they can write, and they don't have article on it already, and they want to do an internal linking to ensure that when you come on their site on that page, you keep revolving on that site for some time before you can actually leave, right?
Mhm.
How do you manage that with overwhelming of ensure that you internal linking and maybe the keyword, the anchor link you want to, the anchor text that you want to link, you don't have an existing content for it already. How do you manage that? Mm.
Okay. Okay. So it means you're creating a fresh content, right? But you don't have any existing content that relates to that content at all, and you want to rank, right? That's the question you're
Mhm.
trying to ask.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can still create content that you don't have an existing like resource around it. But see, the thing is just that ensure that that content is right for your website or for your service, your product, whatever your brand. Ensure that that content is in line with it. If you are into cars, as I said, we are producing content that are related to cars, not writing content about any other thing. That's fine. So you first ensure that that content is good the way it's, and if it's your main content, like a really major content, try to find other smaller topics you can write around it and link to it. You get, so it's fine. You can first write that topic and publish it, have that on your website. You can even build backlinks to it. That's fine. But you have more internal links. Now start looking for other maybe some more questions that you didn't ask, I mean that you didn't answer in that guide or that article that you feel okay can stand alone, yeah, you can
Mm.
send it as a different article. Then now write some more articles, some more now answer some more questions around it. Then link to that main content, right? That main content as okay, for them to read more, or maybe there are other things there, so you can link more within those contents to that. But don't let that stop you, because you don't have any other content. Don't let that stop you from still creating your good content. But ensure if it's something really key, you want to ensure you have other topics around it, right? You want to have topical authority for that particular guide or article that you also link to it.
Okay, perfect. You dissect that question very explicitly. Uh, so if you are joining us, I just joining us on this show, so you are welcome. Of course, this is DMI show, a show for small business owners, marketers, and you know, digital marketing professionals who want to know what works and what is not working in digital marketing. And today we are looking at a very critical topic, which is Google algorithm ranking factor. What's really matter right now in 2024? And live with me is Felix Akinibi, and he's been giving us value upon value since when we started. When you're joining us, you have to take your time to go on the replay on YouTube or on our DMI Digital Marketing Agency LinkedIn, right? And there are lots of other shows there you want to check it out if you are just starting out, or if even if you are an expert already. I bring experts. We always had expert on this show. You got to go and tab on their experience by watching the replay. If you have any question, put it in the comments and let us see. So we're gonna be rounding up very soon. If you have any question, drop them on the chat so that I can Felix could do justice to them after the show. Felix, let's move a little bit forward. Let's see.
Okay.
Uh, for businesses that focus on that have local focus, right? There's a people tune down the volume of local SEO for a very long time. I see people not tapping into local SEO that much. All right. What could you
Mm.
say about that? What has changed and what is the best practice towards local SEO?
Okay, so people actually still do it. I mean, I would say, of course, for those that know about it, I'll say that. But yeah, it's not really something we talk about a lot. We just see it as okay. So, I mean, from my experience, let me not talk for other SEOs.
Mm,
What I say about it is that okay, if you have a Google Business profile, like a Google Business profile, and it's well filled, like your profile is well filled. Every information you need to have on there, your name, your address, your phone number, your website, images about your brand, stuff like that. You just ensure that that is well done on that end. Then of course from the page's description, I mean from your brand description on that page, ensure that you have the right keywords on there. So if you are a for example, maybe like a plumber in an area and you have like a store or something like that, you can ensure that the right keywords around plumbing or plumbing services, different things that people might ask for. Maybe something is wrong with their tap or their water somewhere or their toilet, something like that. Ensure that you have those problems, those the keywords of those problems in your description, and you offering it as a you can you have services that speak to others. So what I just say about local SEO is because I feel if we talk about it, you can't talk about local SEO without talking about Google Business Profile. That's like that's like one place you need to first be on. And of course, if you also have a website, also the kind of content you be creating must be location. Uh, what's the word now? Location specific. You get
mm,
that's the word. So say you are creating. I mean, you're trying to do keyword research. Your keyword research should always have location in them. So if I'm looking for, so I can say I can always have maybe in Lagos or in Ikeja, in Bagada. Things that are very close to home where your business is. If your business is in maybe you stay in Bagada, your store or your business in Bagada, you want to always ensure you have that in Bagada there. Like of course, that's for people that are actually searching for things that relate to that, right? So you want to ensure is location specific, right? That speaks to what people can do in that particular location. That's one thing. And also ensuring your Google business profile now, as I said, it's filled with the right information about your business. Then one thing that also helps local SEO is the reviews you get for your business. I think that's key. If I want to do something in the area or in something that requires like a local business to help me out, and I see one with 15 reviews and I see one with 51 reviews, I like to look at the one with 51 reviews. Like, okay, there more people have done work with this person to be able to have this number of reviews. Okay, let me look into the page more. You get and I'll like that will help me to pick. Like say for example, even if they are equal in all ways. The fact that when I was working with more people will help me. Okay, maybe more people trust this person more. Especially if the reviews, if they are even more positive ones, helps me to know, okay, I mean, like, okay, let me reach out to that particular person. So when you have like your Google Business Profile, ensure that you also get the right reviews. Once you do a business for someone and the person likes it, try to refer the person to your Google Business. I mean, to your Google Business, like, okay, please drop a review for me, even if it's a rating, put a 5 star, whatever. It really helps on that also. So then one thing again that's because because sometimes I feel maybe there's a kind of bias also
mm,
in how Google arranges like the pages. Because okay, for example, if you happen to be in Ikeja, right, and you search for some like a local business, there's a way sometimes it will be arranged for you than someone maybe someone that is in Bagada, someone that is different, right? I think Google takes in cognizance the context of your location, like that nearness to you. I mean, you notice or you'll have experienced that when you search for something that has that local intent, that they will ask you. I mean, they will ask you to is it like share your location. I mean, Google will ask you to share your location or something. I'm ask them to maybe share your location so they can
mhm,
know how close to show a result to you. right? They can share, okay, the best on that. If I search for something around Ikeja now, they'll be able to share things, businesses that are actually close to where I am. So like, they feel
Mm.
that's more helpful. Yeah. So that's something we can't really control as SEOs. If you're in Bagada, you are there, you can't expect someone that searches for you in Ikeja and for you to rank number one there. Especially when the other businesses like you also that are in Ikeja. It will be in the best interest of Google to rank those that are in Ikeja ahead before you. So you might still show up, but you might show up number two or number three. So these are things that I've noticed with that location difference. Yeah. So those
Mm.
things generally, if you do local SEO for a brand, ensure that Google Business Profile is really well loaded. You have pictures about your business, you have reviews, you have posts. Also, you're also consistent with posts, that give maybe some updates about your business. That's also key. Then, if you have a website also that come there, ensure you are producing content that are targeting locations also. Yeah.
Hmm. Amazing, amazing. So thank you very much, Felix. And as I've said, if you have any question, do well to drop them on the comments so that Felix could, tackle them on the show right away. Because we're going to be, we're rounding up very soon. So Felix, so my another question I got here is that Google keep, they update their algorithm regularly, right? So
Yeah.
I want you to share more light to how could our audience, right, how they can stay adaptable and proactively, to adjust to that strategy moving forward.
Mm,
Mm.
mm. Okay. So one thing I would say, right, as I mentioned earlier, there's really no point trying to like chase every wave, right? For example, Google
Mm.
just did this core update, and I'm trying to, okay, what did they say? Let me do. No, that's not really how to do a sustainable SEO. That's just not how to do that SEO. You just ensure, right, that you have, as I used to like always hammer for people, ensure that you have the right foundation for whatever website you're working from. Ensure that you have the right SEO foundation. There are some things that even if Google does 10 core updates in the next 2 months, it won't
Mm.
affect you, right? Because I mean, from what you're building, you're not really even flouting any rules, so to say. Like, you're doing it according to what they said will
Mhm.
work. So, and that work is okay. If you're working with a website, ensure that website is not, maybe you bought one spamming website, something like that, and the website already has like a bad history. If you're buying a website, you need to be careful of the domains you buy. So you're not just buying it for the authority and you're adding other wahala to the authority you're buying. So you need to be careful of it. So if you have a fresh website, that's good. Ensure that you build it from the ground up. Like, SEO is about patience, right? Build it from the ground up. Uh the right content you need, the right keywords on there. Ensure that your page can be crawled well, can be indexed well. Those are like key things. Ensure that when you're creating content, you're not just using AI to copy and paste. These are the right things you need to do. And you definitely see the growth, steady growth month on month as time goes on. If you do all things right as they should be, you don't need to really worry, right? Like, okay, there's an update, this is coming up, let me just change. No, the only time maybe you need to worry is if, for example, you have a steady growth, or maybe you're checking Google Search Console and your growth has been steady over time, but maybe there's a
Mm.
core update recently and you just saw that sharp downturn just within the
Mm.
time, and you have the, okay. So there are two things you can do, right? Fine, there are times that some updates affect some website, and it's just maybe like an error or mistake
Mm.
from Google, and in their next core update that will be fixed. That can be, and you might not even need to do anything, right?
Mm.
I mean, they also said that, okay, maybe it was just an error. The next update, then they went back to how they were. That's fine. So that can, well, that can be one way or one solution that will pay out, like play out. Then one second way is that, okay, if you see like maybe like a sharp thing, you can also check, right? Check on your website. Is this just affecting maybe a particular page on my website, or maybe there's a trend, right? Maybe you're seeing multiple pages on website that you're having that drastic downturn in traffic. Then one thing you also need to now display, okay, what is the common thing with these pages? What do I need to change? Check those ones that are now ranking above you now in search. See what the difference is, right? See what they are doing and see how to improve your own page. So in that scenario alone is where I think, okay, you can start looking for what do I need to do regarding my content. If it's not a mistake from Google, if you've observed for time, you say, okay, this is actually something that is occurring not on one page, but multiple pages on my website, and these are the things I need to do. Fine, you can improve that, and you won't even see the improvement fast because Google also said it. You see most improvement in their next core update. So when they have another update, that's when you likely see the improvement of whatever you might have done as a result of the decline you see. Then you can see that improvement in the next update. So I'll just say sometimes that even as an update, don't always rush to touch anything because that might not even it might not even affect you.
Mm,
Don't go and rush
mm,
and go and affect something else. Yeah. So try to observe
mm,
and see if maybe you can find that pattern of decline. Then say okay, maybe there are things you need to improve here and there. Yeah.
mm. Amazing, 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 amazing. So it's been, more than 1 hour on this show, right?
Hmm.
1 hour of value with Felix Akinibi. Thank you very much, Felix, for giving this value, to our audience. So one of the, to wrap this show up, I just want to ask, looking ahead, all right, what trends or emerging factor do you predict will actually help, right, in terms of Google ranking, and
Hmm.
how can our audience actually prepare for these changes?
Okay, so I think some things are still pretty much standard. So I would say uh, fresh perspective matter, right? Like in this age where everything seems like wishy-washy, right? You can go on all these AI tools now and just churn out a 1,000 word content within 5 minutes or so. Like that's pretty much easy. But I think for content that actually have that fresh perspective, I think
Hmm.
those ones would do better in search, right? I mean, there are contents you see and even when you read the content, it might look like okay, this looks human, it looks fine, it doesn't look spammy. But sometimes you can even really dig the okay, does this content really speak to something, something new, or does it have like a new insight, or speak to maybe this year that I am? Right? There are content that it could just be generic. It sounds good, but it's just generic. There's no something that's really specific, right? So I think it will help if people start putting that fresh perspective and something about data also, like ensuring like your content actually has fresh data. If you're on the free chat GPT, it will tell you that his data is only till maybe 2021 or something like that. It's not updated. So I mean, you don't want to be using such tools every time to write your content, right? You want to ensure if you're in, I mean, when you get 2024, like when we're writing content in 2024, you want to ensure that you're writing content. I mean, you're having data that are relevant, that are fresh, right? That can actually help people in 2024. Not maybe your tool is bringing some stats from maybe 2005, things that don't really matter. Yeah. So I think one thing I think would still keep getting rewarded is a fresh perspective. I think that's really key. Then also I would say people shouldn't really go back on the UX of their website, right? Ensure that because most people do stuff on the internet now from their mobile, right? We are always on our mobile phones. Ensure that your website does not lag behind regarding like that, and people checking your website, like I mean whether it's fast, like mobile usability, basically like people being able to use your website well on mobile. They click something, they're able to click it, the button is not too small. I mean, if you're handling a website, ensure to always check from time to time how your website even feels on mobile, right? Because that's mostly where people use to check things nowadays. So ensure that people have like good mobile usability on your website. I think that's still really key. Also, then also we mentioned something about experience recent. I mean, in the beginning of the course. So I still think that niche experience will also keep being rewarded, right? If you're producing a piece of content from your own experience, not just because you are creating over the internet, but something that is coming from a place of more trustworthiness, it also gets more rewarded. Yeah. So if I'm summarize things like that, I would say fresh perspective still works. then also ensuring your content or your resource has that good usability on mobile, right? That's really key. Yeah.
Woo,
The
amazing.
last one is your niche, basically, from experience. You yeah, bringing content from experience.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you very much, Felix. I mean, being on show with you has been a different perspective entirely and a different point of view, right? New things that is coming up in the industry. Thank you very much. So, looking forward, you've had Felix, what you should look for to 2024, right? You should also prepare. We are preparing for more updates. You should also prepare for, have all your tools in
Uh,
handy, but once you are doing what is right, I like how Felix approached my questions. There is no gimmick, there is no magic to this thing. It's just trying to do the right things. Amazing, amazing. So I got a question here, Felix. So the person said, talking about algorithm updates, should a website article targeted at guides, how to how to still embed fact in their article? Okay, I think I see two question here. The person is trying to say that moving forward, so your website article targeted at guides, maybe five something, maybe how to, right?
mhm.
Would that still going to be relevant 2024? I think that's the first questions.
Okay. I mean, yes, yeah, it will still be relevant. So far, you are answering search intent without your how to, right?
Hmm.
So far, you're answering search intent. That's key. There are some how to topics that it's videos that will show up, right? Maybe you want to, in fact, even
Hmm.
you prepare video to show up. If I think about maybe like how
Yeah,
to
that's true.
put what do ladies put on their eyes now when they are doing makeup like this, I don't know what they call it, but if we're searching for things around maybe how to put makeup on or eyeliners, yeah, that's what I want to remember, right? Things like that. I mean, you ideally want to see a video, right, to actually
Hmm.
put through the process. So if you as a blogger or a website owner now goes to write article as a guide, it might not actually work well, right? It might be on first page, but it might be maybe number 10 on first page, not actually answer. But if you create a video for such intent, it works. So I think you can still do your how to, your guides, but just ensure that before you create anything, you first check search, right? Check what works, check what Google sees as something that really answers people's intent, then know the right resource to create to answer that.
So what I hear Felix saying is that still create your how-to guide and all of that, right? But go a step further to create maybe a video for that how-to as well, and maybe embed it in that how-to guide.
Mm.
By doing shorts, it's gonna bring you a better result. So another question I have here is as regard is about fact, frequently asked questions. This is what I've seen that people do. A lot of people don't do it, but what is the I want you to share? What is the best practice? After the article, they will now do fact at the below that article. Like you
Well,
will see every of the article as fact. What is new? What is new about that? And is it a best practice moving forward?
okay. So, well, there was even one time this year, I think that Google said it was not going to be using the FAQ schema again, something like that,
Mm,
to judge
mm.
people's. Yeah, there was one time like that, but I think they are reconsidering that on around using FAQ schema. Until now, I still put FAQ schema, like FAQ schema in my content anyway. If I ask a question that I know I actually want this question, if you can enter FAQ schema, I'll be good. I'll put that structured data there. So I still very much use that. So okay, that's by the way. So I would say it's good to still use it because I still use it, but don't just copy what you see on stage. There are people that okay, they just go on Google, they search for something, they see the FAQ. There are like four FAQs that show at once on search. They just copy those four, then try to answer those four again. I say don't always do that, right? You can get ideas of these FAQs from set, but try to add your own new FAQ to it. Like, okay, for example, if you're searching for maybe what's the topic now? Maybe things around best interior designs or whatever. And people are asking for, okay, what is the best interior design? And what are the top three something to put on your wall? What's it? Maybe those are the things they're asking. Now in fact, you might just pick one that you answer. If the answers you're saying they are not great, then find like three more, or maybe just two more that are unique from your own perspective. That there are unique questions that you can also add. Don't always just copy only what you see in FAQ in the, like some people already, they already have questions for them. They already answer them. Then you are now copying and pasting them on your own, then trying to re-answer again. Don't always do that. You can just pick maybe one and add your own new two questions to it. So I think that would be like my advice on that. But yeah, it's good to stay add questions to the end of articles if they help. Yeah.
Amazing, 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 Felix. Thank you for that. So, what are your last words for our audience moving forward to 2024? Looking at the ranking factor,
Mm.
what are your
Okay.
what are your last words? Yeah.
Okay. So I think my last word like on the call will be from some things, right, that Google uses to gauge like what results they show in search. So there are like five things, right? So there's a meaning, the meaning of the query, right? Then there's the relevance of that query.
Hmm.
Then there's the quality of your content. Then there's the usability that I mentioned, right? Then the context. These things are key that people that Google uses to determine, okay, what right results to show people. So I would say, if you're creating content, ensure that your content is always matching what the intent is for that keyword. You might search
Felix,
for,
take, take that again. Sorry, take that
okay.
again. Mini, mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's the first is
Mini, right?
meaning,
Mm-hmm.
the second is relevance, the third
Mm-hmm.
is quality,
Mm-hmm.
then the next is usability,
Mm-hmm.
then the last is context, the context
Context.
of the query. So these are the things that Google checks when a query comes to their search box, right? If someone searches for something, these are the things they run it through. They try to know what the meaning of that word is in the phrase, right? They don't know what the meaning is. They look at, okay, the relevance of the content, that people have in their index, right? So they know the right one to show up. Then try to look, okay, does this content have the right quality? Is it fresh? Does it speak to what works in this current year and day and time, like that? Then the usability, like how does the page experience look like? Is the page good on mobile? Does people that can't see well, can they check and access the website? Basically, kind of the page experience, right? The page experience for that page. That's that. Then the last is the context, which I mentioned about. Your location also matters on what shows for you and stuff like that. But one way to be able to help with this, that will help you as a person to ensure you are ticking. You're ticking all this, is to ensure that for any content you create, you're matching the right intent. Don't just push out any page out there, a post, an article out there, without knowing what works in search. First of all, like that's key. Don't just put. You have to know, okay, what works, and you know the right content to create in that particular regard. Then also, don't neglect your technical landscape, like for your website. Ensure that
Hmm.
your site does not have issues with crawling and indexing. The right pages on your website are being seen by Google and are being indexed by Google. That's key. You can have the best content on the internet, but if there's an issue with crawling and indexing on your website, it should just sit somewhere on your website and Google will not even see, not talk of them indexing it. So you have to ensure that that technical landscape is clean on that end, and you ensure that you create the right content. Right? It's good to be consistent, as you've seen in the chat, but also ensure that you have quality with your and with that consistency. If you want to do like shortcut, you can do shortcut with Google, or do some things, but Google will find you out in the next few months, and whether we want core update or the other, they will back. So there's just nothing as much as patience in SEO and
Hmm.
doing the right. Yeah.
Woo!
Thank you.
Amazing, 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 Felix. So we've come to the end of the show, guys. If you are just joining us, you got to take this replay on our Facebook, DMI Digital Marketing Agency. So Felix, as last thing, let us know where people can follow your work. If you have any products, any SEO courses or something that people can call. We
Okay,
need to come
okay.
and learn from you. We need to come and pay to buy your courses.
Okay, you can follow me on social media. So I'm on X at Felix AK underscore. Felix AK underscore. That's me. Then on LinkedIn, I'm just Felix Akinibi. Just search for Felix Akinibi. You see me. So there's a group. I not a course yet, but I have a discussion group. We just discuss on SEO. This is like for new SEOs, even for people that are already doing SEO. Just because to have like a community where we discuss and talk about topics and stuff like that, basically helping people. Because when I started SEO, really, there wasn't
Hmm.
like, should I say, a like an SEO community specifically
Community.
that helped me
Hmm.
know, okay, this is the first thing to learn before you learn this. Like, so I feel like that's needed for some people like that. So that's what that group is created. It's on my bio, whether on Twitter or on LinkedIn, you see that on how to join. So yeah, thank you very much, Abib, once again for
Woo!
the opportunity. Yeah.
Great, 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 great. It's my pleasure, Felix. So we're going to be drawing cutting to this show today. Until next time, make the rest of your life the best of your life. Thank you so much, Felix.
All
Bye
right.
for now.
Bye, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.